Good morning, guys. Quick update on Bitcoin. All right, I'll break down everything starting on the monthly and work my way through the different time frames all the way down to the hourly and explain what I'm watching here. So yeah, let's start. So starting off on the monthly, right? Higher time frame range that we've been watching for ages is gonna be this one. Okay, on the weekly, it's maybe a little cleaner. So maybe even move to the 3 day to explain why this range, right? Wait, that's not the high. Comes in at 771. 771. All right. So we had the massive bull market, right? Then we topped at 20K, saw downside, and then the first low that gave a decent bounce was this one, right? So the first low, well, the low that gave a decent bounce as a range low, and then the first high after this low as a range high. Okay, key liquidity areas, well, liquidity, drawn liquidity highs, high and low. Okay. As you can see, range low, support, support, support. Then we broke below, deviated below. Soon as it got back above, pumped to mid-range, rejected, broke above, up to the highs, deviated above, retest, sold off. Yeah, and as you can see, mid-range has been insanely pivotal. Right here as well, range high. Okay, now we got a break above. Okay, and are trending to the upside. So that's a key level. A key range, sorry, that we're gonna be watching. Okay, we broke out of the range, so any downside into range high has to hold. Okay, to keep up the bullish momentum and to target higher prices. All right, so then let's also mark out these two levels. Okay, so this is the latest bullish order block to the upside before new highs. Okay, so in this downside movement, this was the only bullish candle, weekly candle that we had. Okay, so that's gonna be supply. Just marked out the boundaries of this candle, which are gonna be key levels. Okay, and as you can see, this one got tagged exactly to the tick. Then we rejected. Okay, right here it was resistance as well. Now we got a smash above. We're approaching the second one, so yeah. And then on the 3 day, just also mark out the key highs, draw on liquidity, right? So key high right here and key high right here. So those are the next draws on liquidity. So yeah, purely on a liquidity standpoint, those are the areas you're gonna be watching. All-time high, of course, and this key high. Right, so those are the higher time frame levels that I'm watching. So let's zoom in on the daily now. So on the daily, we broke out of the range, had some chop here, okay, into this weekly level, 13.8. Then we saw upside, a massive breakout, okay, then a down move. So let's mark out the high right here. And the low on the down move. Okay, key liquidity areas, zooming in now. So this is the key range we're gonna be watching. Okay, so the higher probability plays will be to wait for either a sweep of the highs in there, in this key level, okay, and then wait for a rejection, something like this, to target lower liquidity, okay, target the low into this key weekly level, or to wait for some more downside in here, a sweep, and then target higher liquidity here, here, and maybe even here, and new highs. Okay, right now we're simply ranging. So like I already said, waiting for the higher probability play would be to wait for either a sweep in here or a sweep in here. If we first sweep the highs, the draw on liquidity will be to the downside right here. Okay, if we first sweep the lows, that's a big long since we're in a bull market. dips are for buying, and then we would have clean highs above, so that would even add more confluence to the long idea. So if we get a sweep of the lows before heading for the highs, that's a massive long, okay? Something like this, long, keep your stops below here, and target all the way up here, maybe even higher, new highs in between here, okay? So let's mark this out with the range. Then you can see the low comes in at 66.5. All right. And then zoom in a little on the hourly. You can clearly see that the mid-range has been pivotal, wicked in here. As you can see, broke above, support, pumped, support, deviated below, support. Okay, now it's simply consolidating. So what you can use the mid-range for is for when you have an unswept range high and an unswept range low. For scalps, right, if you're trading in the upper half of the range, you want to be looking for scalp longs. If you're trading in the lower parts of the range, you want to be looking for scalp shorts, okay? So that's what I did yesterday. On a sweep of these, I initially longed here, closed here for a loss, then re-entered around here and closed overnight at the highs, okay, on the sweep of the highs. Right now we swept the highs, the local highs at least, and the local lows. So I don't really have a clean scalp setup on this. But yeah, you can use the mid-range as a key point where you either want to be looking for longs, scalp longs at least above the mid-range towards the unswept range high, or look for scalp shorts below the mid-range towards the unswept range low, okay? So that's also what I'm doing right here. If you get another sweep of these and the strong buyback, okay, then you want to be looking for longs. Put your stops below here, okay, and target the unswept range low. If we break below here, get something like this, and then a sweep of the local highs, then that's a short, okay, scalp short, stops above here, maybe a little wider, okay, and targets this low and this low, okay. So for scalps right now, slightly leaning bullish still, although I don't really have a clean setup here since these local highs have been swept and these local lows have been swept. So right now I want to see some lows getting swept again, or I'm just sitting out, or a break below here, right, and then some kind of a sweep of the highs to scalp short this towards the lows. So those are the scalp IDs. And then for the swing IDs or the higher probability plays, I would just wait for a sweep of range high, okay, to trade it to the lows, or a sweep of range low to trade it all the way back to the highs. All right, I hope that's clear. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll leave the link to my site in the description, to where you can join my group, where I post daily analysis on all of the on crypto pairs and forex pairs. All right, and so yeah, check that out if you want, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.